Hey YouTube, this is my quick tire review from my experience with the ZL1 for the past year of driving it on the street and the track. I had never had the MP4S's before, the Michelins, and they came on this car and it was actually, they're excellent street tires. I tried them on the track and you get about 4 good laps with them and then they kind of turn to goo after that with aggressive driving. I think a novice or intermediate driver would probably do, they'd probably hang in there a little bit longer, but if you drive them in anger, it turns into big drift shows, after that. And I think, again, that's just this experience with this car, because this car is 650 horsepower and it's it's very heavy actually. But those tires are really good for street. I really like them and they hook. If you're a drag racer, the MP4S's with 300 tread wear hook better than the factory 3Rs when they're cold. And even when they're hot, I'd say they're probably about the same when the 3R heats up. Now, but from a cold dig on the street, the MP4S is definitely better for drag racing than the 3R. I've seen a lot of confusion, people talking about that. But yeah, so onto the track. So MP4S is great street tire. They hang in there on the track for about 4 laps with driving in anger. And the 3Rs that this car originally comes with is a really fast street tire. My only problem is they're a little bit fragile on the cording on the fronts. I've tried, adjusting my camber, zeroing the toe, but at the end of the day, they usually last about 15 heat cycles or 15 sessions, and then the fronts are corded and the backs are still good. That's why I have this rear that's still good here. There was about $600 difference between the 3R and the Hoosier R7. So I said, well, I'm going to try it. I'll buy a Hoosier R7. It's not a street legal tire. It's a slick. But the Hoosier R7 actually lasted longer. This tire actually has 22 heat cycles and it's still good. But the speed falls off. When you get above really about 10 heat cycles on a Hoosier, it starts falling off a little bit. But overall, I felt like I got more value with the Hoosier R7, even spending more money. Of course, you'd need a trailer to get it there, or put your wheels in the trunk if it actually will fit. I don't know if they'll all fit in there, but yeah. So now when I go to the track, I run the Hoosier R7s. And then I also have the street tires. I go between the two, which is a pretty large jump in traction. But the MP4S's, they're just such a great value. I mean, I bought this is the original tires that the car came with. I've had it on there for about 5,000 miles, and it really looks good still. So they've been kind of hard to beat when I'm just turning, normal laps or just giving people rides. It's really a tremendous value. I think, I had the SS Camaro and the Goodyear 3 SC3 Supercar 3s, not the 3R. That was a really good tire. That's probably, I would say it's definitely better than this tire, but it doesn't last as long as the MP4S's. So, yeah, I just figured I'd give you my input on that. Now the speed difference between these tires. So when I run at CMP, I've ran 141 with these tires with a passenger, and then this tire I've ran 138, and then this tire I've ran 136.8. So you can kind of see the speed difference there. But these last forever. These cord after 15 heat cycles on the front. These you get about 20 to 25 heat cycles. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you my opinion on it. But yeah, definitely if you're, one other tire I tried that I didn't want to forget is the Toyo Proxy RR, which is, I really like that tire for HPDE because it's a slick, but it's a cheaper alternative. The only problem is they don't make the correct size. They only make this car needs a 305 on the front, 325 on the rear, and the RRs only come with 295 on the front and 345 on the rear. So it was a huge understeer condition. I tried adjusting the rear sway bar to correct it. It didn't fix it. So those tires were kind of a epic fail. And it wasn't the tire's fault. It was just the lack of sizing, that was the problem. for comparison, when we went to VIR, this ran a 158 at VIR. The Toyo RRs ran a 201. And I didn't try these 3Rs there, but I've heard that they can go down in the sub 2s as well. So they can run 157 if you're a good driver. And then this ran a 202, which was really incredible for MP4S 300 treadwear tire. So yeah, just wanted to give you my review on these tires. Like I said, I won't buy the 3Rs just because I've had, I end up cording the fronts too quickly. So that's why I kind of went away from them. But you know, if you're not driving a big, heavy, high-powered car, I think your experience might be different. But yeah, I just wanted to give you my review on all these tires so you could make a decision for yourself. Thanks.